today's video and drape is gonna be a little bit of fun. It's not your traditional drape at all whatsoever. It starts off traditional, it starts off like the navy drape, but then we're gonna do something really cool with the pallu, turn it into a one sleeve situation going on, and it's just like such a fun drape to do. So let's get started. So I've pleated my pallu and pinned it. Before we get started on draping, I just wanna talk about the saree you use for this particular drape. I'm using a cotton saree, and it's not too starched, it's a malleable cotton saree, and this is the perfect saree for this drape. One, because the sleeve that you create, you'll see later, is gonna be dramatic and it's gonna hold its place. If you use a saree like a satin silk, it'll kind of just fall, and it will give you a different look, and if that's what you're going for, cool, but it's not gonna give you the same puffy sleeve that I'm gonna achieve with the cotton saree. Perhaps more important is that you don't want to iron down any of the pleats, because as I drape, you're gonna see it's really hard to plan ahead of time where you have to fan the pleats and where they're gonna stay. So for that reason, I highly recommend for this drape using a saree that doesn't really need to be ironed and is gonna give you that puffy, dramatic sleeve. So you start the drape like you would the navy drape, and then once you get to the front, what you do is get to the other end of the saree where you've pleated the pallu, wrap it around once, take the pallu, put it over your left shoulder, and make sure that the last safety pin where you measured your right hip, it's around. Get the other end of the saree closest to me and pleat this like I would for a navy drape. Stagger the pleats like you would for a navy drape, pin them together and tuck it in. As you can see, my pleats here are not being very obedient, so if you want, you can just kind of guide them with your hands, or you can even kind of press them down with a hair straightener so that they really stay in place. I like the puffy look, so I'm just gonna leave them as is, and then tuck it in. Any extra fabric here, fold forward and tuck it in as well. So now what you're gonna do, take part of the saree here, pull this tight. So you wanna bring the pleats around you, under your left arm, wrap it around and pin it right here. Once you've pinned the pallu, what you're gonna do is take the rest of your pallu and kind of just position it around your arm, and you can pin along the edges of here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna gather these and take a hair tie, just your regular hair tie, and thread it, put it on my arm with pieces of the pallu in it. So it kind of creates a sleeve. Now that looks really awkward, so what you're gonna do is kind of bring it to your elbow, and then you're going to position it. And if you have tassels, you can definitely tuck those in. Okay, the best thing about the hair tie is that it really gives you that freedom. Tuck in as little or as much as you'd like. Every time you do this, it's gonna look different, and that's the wonderful thing about this drape. And that's it. This drape is perfect for when you have an old saree and you want to make it look new again, or you just want to wow the people that you're going to be seeing that day. I think this is a truly unique drape. This drape will look different on different kinds of materials. So with a cotton saree, it gives you that volume and that puffiness for that dramatic sleeve. If you were to try this with a satin silk or even a Kanjipuram saree, you get a totally different look. I hope you guys try out this drape. I hope you found this video useful. Give it a thumbs up. Leave any questions or comments in the comment box below. Hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in a future video.